Hi, it's Everett, Everett's Watercolors. Welcome to Simply Drawing with Everett. It's Thursday evening at 7:30, and here I am, back with Simply Drawing with Everett again. I'm live on my computer, and I'm broadcasting to LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and I'll be also broadcasting it out to Instagram. And I'm in my studio live with my wife, Gloria.
Welcome.
And she'll be monitoring the broadcast and also the chat room. Chat room's live, and feel free to send me a comment and a thumbs up and a like. And if this is the first time you've seen this broadcast, please subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up and a like. And also send me comments. It helps with my rating. Thank you very much. I'd appreciate that. Now tonight we're going to do a drawing, and I'm going to do a rose. So let's go over to my drawing table and let me get started. Okay, I've got a picture over here. I'm not going to follow exactly, but that gives me some inspiration of a rose. And let me look at the tools I'm going to use. A piece of drawing paper, 8.5 by 11, which is a plain drawing paper. And I've got a 2B pencil, 2B lead pencil. I've got a kneadable eraser for erasing construction lines. I've got a blender stump for blending, and I've got a 4B pencil here for doing some shading on the drawing. And then I'm going to darken in some of the lines with my ink pen at the end after I get finished. So I'm going to draw in a construction lines, draw in the figure, and then I'll go back and darken it up so you can see the final drawing. Let me put that aside. Okay. So, okay, I'm not going to follow exactly the picture over here. It just gives me an inspiration because I see a couple of spaces here. This shape here I don't like, and I'm probably going to simplify a little bit of this area here. But I'm going to have the general shape of a rose when I'm finished, and I guarantee that. So I'm going to start out with, if you look at a rose, it basically has a cone shape. It has a round cone and it has a long area of the body. So it looks like a cone. So I'm going to start with that as in the very beginning. And I don't know about the size. I'm not worried about sizing. I'm just going to go ahead and look at that and also come up with my own artistic interpretation of that. So I'm going to start with the top of the cone, which is going to be an oval. It's all shaped like an egg. It's just a round shape at the top. And then I'm going to come down on the side of this cylinder. We'll make it how far down you want to make, how deep you want to make the rose. So that's the beginning of the sketch right there. You get the, and then I'll circle at the bottom of the cylinder. So that's the cylinder shape. That's the foundation of the rose shape, a cylinder. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do then, I'm going to start working in the center. Start in the center first. I'm going to put a little semicircle in here. That's the part that's on the internal. Then I'm going to draw a couple lines here to kind of simulate that center of the rose. It kind of folds in. That's where the center of the bud is. Okay, so that kind of puts in the some of the diagram, and I'm going to put the first leaf in. I'm going to start with this. I'm going to start with this leaf over here, this petal over here on the side, and I'm going to start up here. This part of the cylinder on this side, and I'm going to come down. And I'm going to come down. I'm going to give myself a couple thoughts here. Let's see. I'm going to come down, and I'm going to bring it in. About right here. About right there. Okay. So I'm going to bring this curve. I'm going to bring this first curve down. About like that. Okay, that's this petal right here. That's the petal right here in the front. Okay, then I'm going to start on the other side. We have it on the petal on the right side over here. And then I'm going to go in the back and finish that petal off. Okay, so I got the front petal and I got the side petal up here. This side petal on the side, and there's one in the front. Okay, there's this large petal in the back. Now this is not a good shape over here, so I'm going to move back to the back and come up with a shape that I like. This part over here. On this side. Come all the way around to here. So this is the back. This is one of the backside petals, and I'm making this one up a little bit. It's not exactly what I had shown in the photograph, but I like that shape better. Okay, coming on the back. It's a back petal. This is a back petal, and that's the second back petal. Let's see. Now I want to come down here and do. Another back petal over here. This back petal back here on this side over here. So I'm going to start up here on this edge. I'm going to come around and I'll come down here about here. So I'm marking the beginning and ending points that I want to hit. So it's got a little point to it, so I'll go ahead and put the little point to that up here. And then come around and come in like that. Okay, that's that back pedal back there. Okay. The front, let's see, front right side. So over here. I'll get there. I'll bet you. Thank you. Side over here, I want to come up. There's a back side of this petal here that I want to finish here in the front. This section over here. Okay. And then the left side, I want to come over here, and I want to come down. Side here. I want to come here. This side of petal over here. That's the front side, okay? So I'm getting these petals here, this one and this one over here, I'm getting those two that are finished off. That side and that side. Okay. Now I've got a I'm going to erase. There's a construction line here. I'm going to take out this little line. That's it. That was a line from the cone which I want to take away. Okay, and this line over here, there's just a slight little line showing there. Okay. All right. So far I've got I put in the two back pedals behind, and I got these kind of middle front pedals right up here in the front, right here, these two here. Okay, so let me see. I got, I've erased that, and I want the outer left side. Outer left side, there's 6 down. This one over here, it starts here, and I want to finish down here. So I want to come down, bring this down, finish over here. Okay, this is this side over here. That's this petal hanging down here that's coming off the left side. And then the front right, I got this front right petal over here that I want to bring up. I'm going to start here on the bottom of this. And I want to finish up here on this side. Okay. Then I want to take away those construction lines of the cone. Okay. So I've completed this edge over here. Now, front left side, let's see, I want to get one more in here. I did this one. I think what I'll do, now I'll go ahead and add the stem in. I don't want to make it straight. I'll make a kind of a give a little curve to it, so it looks like more like a realistic natural stem. Now, now the inside here, I want to give a little more dimension. There's some crossover up here in this section here. Is a crossover point, and I'm going to move it here in this part. I'm going to bring this down here. This crosses over. And I want to erase that line out of there. Erase that construction line. So that's these inside petals that overlap. That one right there. Those two right there. One comes in, one comes outside. So that's this one here. And then these in the back here is also another overlap. Here. And I'll take out this construction line there. Okay. And bring this line down. Now, I think I've left one petal. There's one here. I want to add another petal in here. So from this side, I'm going to add one more petal. It's kind of there's like a gap here. I got to bring it up. I'll show you. Let me do the final mark. Here we go. Go do the final mark here, and I'll start here. And I want to come down to this point here. Put one more petal in there. Okay. Okay, so far I've got I make all the petals identified. Now I'm going to put the I've got the back side okay and the front side. I'm going to add a leaf. I'm going to add one leaf on here. It'll be a very simple shape. And put a center vein there in the leaf. Just come down here. Okay. All right. So that's the rough drawing of the rose. Okay. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let me check my construction lines here to see if I'm happy with everything. There's one line in here. Let's see this one here. I think this has to be a little bit smoother. So I'm going to correct this one little area right in here. And this comes up behind here. And this construction line here goes away. So you take out those extra lines that don't belong there from the construction of the cone. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead now. I'm going to go ahead and draw in. I'm going to take the pen now and draw in the darker marks. And I'll kind of retrace I'll try to retrace the building that I did. I did the cone first. So let me start there. I did the cone. So I did I'm going to, without the construction lines, I'm going to do the cone. So the first step I did the cone. And I started with the top of the lip. And of course, then I added this overlap here, so I'll put that in. Then the cone went around. I did an oval shape. There's the oval shape right there. And then I came around with the sides. And I came down on the sides of the cone. Okay. And as I recall, also, yeah, I drew the inside. Now I drew the inside part of the rose. Tighten up the inside. So that was the beginning of the cone, and also the center part of the rose right there. And then I added the front, the petal over here. I went over and added this petal. I came around this side. Now let me draw. I got a final line now. Come down and curve down. And then the bottom side of that petal was down here. And then I did this, then, as I recall, I did the right side over here. I did the inside angle. I started up over here, I come down. And there's a back side to this one. Okay. There's a little construction line I'll pull out of there. I'll pull that construction line out. Okay. Okay, then I did the back leaf. I started back here. And this is the big back leaf. And this is not in the photograph, but this is the one I like the bigger. I like the better shape of that back leaf back there, like that. And I did the other side, which is back here. Comes to a point, this side of the rose over here, so I kept that in. And came around, and that was the outside petal in the back. And then the next thing I did was I generated this outside petal over here. And then this big one over here, I did the right one on the right side. This section over here. It came down. On that side. And then the final petal was the one here in the front. And it's not exactly like it is there, but I'm going to go ahead and put it in. It would come out like that. Right. And then I drew the stem in. Excuse me. I drew the stem in with little curve endings. A little curve in it. And it attached to the flower right there. And then I drew in the leaf. Make a little different there. And put a little center stem in there, center vein. Okay. I'll make sure the ink is dry because I want to go in. Now I got some construction lines I want to take out. Take the pencil lines out. These lines are lines that I drew in with a pencil. Take those out. Okay, now I'm going to do a little bit of shading, just a little bit of shading. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put in a little shadow here. There's shadows all the way through. You can see it's inside the petals, so I'm going to go ahead and put some of that in. There's a little bit of shadow down here. This will kind of break up some of these, some of the petals. A little bit of shadow down here in the middle. Right here in the front center. And this leaf turns this way, so this is kind of a little shadow under here. There's another shadow back in here. Another one down in there. Okay, a little shadow way in the back here, because that leaf is a little bit, that's one way behind, okay? And a little shadow down in here. That shows where the crevices are. Now I'll take my blender now and do a little blend, just slightly blending. Not too much, just enough to break up the petals. Give them a little depth. So we did a line drawing with the graphite pencil first. Did a line drawing, got my construction lines where I wanted them, and then I went back in with the ink pen and highlighted the shape. And now I'm going in, I'm just putting in some shading to break up the different layers. That's the thing about a rose. It has a cone shape, and then it has a layer and layer of petals. And they all don't line up. They all overlay each other. So it's a very fascinating flower. Rose is always fun to draw, and it's fun to look at. Beautiful, beautiful flowers. You take a look at that. Now you can see the depth. You can see the depth now of the rose. You can see the inside petals of the particular flower. There we are. Okay. And one last little shadow. We'll put that over here on a little bit on the stem. Just a little bit. Separate it, kind of separate it from the rest of the shape. And maybe get a little shadow pattern down here. Okay. All right, that completes my demonstration tonight of drawing a rose. And the only thing I did, I took a picture here, and I kind of, what I did, I modified a little bit of this back petal here. I didn't like the shape over here, so I made it more of a rounded shape up here. And but I kept pretty well the petals here that I see. This one overlaps. This one back here goes. And of course, I made up the stem a little bit and also the leaf, so that was made up. And this section down here, these sections I left off the rose, these parts of the rose that live here. And this section here was a little bit confusing, so I made this into a separate petal. This one here and these three down here, 1, 2, 3. I made 1, 2, 3. So I simplified this section over here of the picture. But the idea is to draw a cone and then put layers of petals in order to make it look like a rose. And that, you find all kinds of shapes that you can draw. And this was a lot of fun. So let me go back to my main camera. Okay, well, Everett again having a good time drawing a rose, and I hope you enjoyed that. And what I suggest you do is get some pictures that you like of roses or other flowers, but roses especially. It's very interesting flower to draw, especially the curves and the overlapping layers and so forth. And but I gave you an example here, and I did a demonstration of how to start with the cylinder shape, then add the petals and layers as you go around. And I think that's the best way to draw this type of flower. I really enjoyed that. I'll be back again next Thursday at 7:30 p.m. with Simply Drawing with Everett. And then on Thursday also, I'm here at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with I'll do a watercolor demonstration. And then on the weekends, on Sunday, I put out a little video called Anyone Can Draw with One Line Only. And I think you may enjoy that. Now, if you're subscribed to this channel, you'll be notified of those live videos, and also for the video on Sunday. You'll get a notification that I'm live, or you'll get a notification that there's a video out there to look at. So I hope you do that. And I'd appreciate it if you do sign in and also subscribe. It helps with my ratings. So we'll see you next week. Happy Easter this weekend. You all take care and stay safe. And maybe somebody will be on an Easter egg hunt and look for the bunnies, okay? And also remember what the reason for Easter is. So you all have a nice weekend, and have a nice visit. And we'll see you next week on Simply Drawing for Everett, and also Everett's Watercolors. So we'll see you on my next video, and give me a thumbs up. I'd enjoy that. Thank you very much. So we'll see you next week. Bye.